Hey guys, what's up? Power of Boxing. I just watched Luis Ortiz versus Malik Scott. It was not what I expected. Everyone expected, I guess, for Ortiz to knock him out because I think Wilder knocked him out in like the first round. But look, people say he took a dive, but anyway, Wilder knocked him out in one round. But he, it was a different fight because I think he different styles. Obviously, Wilder's different than Ortiz. Uh, but I think Malik Scott is more. He was in survival mode the whole fight. He never really tried to do anything really. It was pretty much like a sparring match, if you ask me. It wasn't even a real fight because Malik Scott didn't want to fight at all. You can't really compare, say, oh, Wilder's better because he knocked him out one round. You can't really say that. Different styles, and you know what I mean. You can't really compare that, but yeah, it was still it was boring obviously, but still Ortiz, I think, even though he didn't get the knockout, he did good. He dropped the guy like almost 10 times really. The ref called a couple of slips and stuff, but really he got dropped by the left hand throughout the whole fight. Ortiz landed a good body shot. He won every round. It was a shutout. It's just Malik Scott didn't want to fight. That's what you get when you got a guy who doesn't want to fight. The guy who wins is not going to look as good either. You know what I mean? So I think the real King Kong, he's definitely a force at heavyweight. Do I think he's the best? He could be, but I would like to see how he does against the top guys. If he fights Deontay Wilder or even Klitschko, or like there's many heavyweights emerging out there. So I'd like to see how he does against those guys. But for now, if I had to pick, I would say Deontay Wilder is better than him. And I would probably pick Deontay Wilder to beat him. But you never know. Styles make fights, so that'd just be my pick. But uh, it's just it's hard to take away how he did from this fight because the one guy didn't want to fight at all. Malik Scott didn't want to fight. He's very experienced though. Malik Scott, he knows how to survive, and that's what he did. Uh, he threw like he averaged 13 punches a round or something like that. So if you're throwing 13 punches around, you don't want to fight. Like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's it. I just did it in less than 10 seconds. He did that for every round. So, like, you can't really blame Ortiz. The fight took place, actually. I didn't even know the fight was happening, actually, until I looked, I was just flipping through channels last night after the Danny Garcia, then I watched some UFC. And then I went to watch just regular TV, and then I seen it on, so it was pretty late, but I recorded it and then watched it today. And it actually took place yesterday at 4 p.m. Uh, it didn't take place in prime time, but it was uh, it was on HBO. I didn't even know it was happening, but if you guys really don't really need to check it out, really. It wasn't that exciting as a fight, but if you want to analyze the performance of Ortiz and see what he did and why, like see how the fight went. If you're a hardcore boxing fan, you would want to check it out. But if you're looking for just action and a good fight, you don't really need to see this fight. Uh, but if, like I said, if you want to study it, then yeah, go ahead and watch it. Um, but yeah, it was boring fight. But Ortiz did good, even though he didn't get the knockout. He still did good. Obviously, Ortiz he didn't put combinations together as much as would have been good. But like I said, when you got a guy moving target like that, and he knows how to move and he knows how to survive, he's been doing it for a long time. Malik Scott, like he knows how to survive. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's go check it out if you want. Ortiz wins by unanimous decision. He won every round, in my opinion. And it was, we'll see We'll see what happens and who he fights next. He was coming off an 8-month layoff after he beat Thompson. Malik was coming off an 11-month layoff. So both guys were coming off long layoffs, but still good performance by Ortiz. He still got the win. He didn't look bad. He just didn't look extraordinary. He didn't get him out of there, but still, he looked good. And we'll see what happens. He was frustrated, though, you could see with his performance. Every round at the end of the fight, in the later half of the fight, he would shake his head in frustration because he just didn't. I guess he didn't like the movement of Malik Scott, and it was frustrating him, but he still won every round. So definitely a strong contender for #1 at the heavyweight division. We'll see how he does against if he faces someone like Wilder or like Klitschko, Berman Stavern. There's Anthony Joshua. I don't really know much about Anthony Joshua. People are talking about him. There's as many heavyweights out there he could prove himself against, and we'll see how far he goes. But he definitely has a strong chance of being #1 at the division, but we'll see. Power of boxing, power in